Hi guys, this is Sharon, and today I'm going to show you how to make this purse in brown and purple. And also, what's interesting about this new purse that I made is that it has a ribbon, and I'm going to show you how to make this ribbon. So stay tuned. For this project, I'm going to chain up to how I want my pouch to be. So just keep on chaining up until you get the width of your desired purse. I chained 30 and then I'm gonna chain 1 as a turning chain, and then on each chain I'm gonna work in every back chain 1 single crochet across. All throughout this row I'm just going to work at the back chain 1 single crochet in each. I have 30 single crochets in total, and then on my last stitch, before I finish working my last single crochet, I need to insert the new yarn because I'm going to add a new color on the second row, and this is how I change the color. Chain 1 and then work a single crochet in the same stitch as your chain 1, and then what I'm gonna do is I bury this tail as I go. This is optional, you may weave in the ends if you don't want to bury it, but in my case I'm gonna do it this way. And then for every stitch work 1 single crochet, okay? And you should have a total of 30 single crochets in this row if you are following the same number of stitches that I'm working. 27, 28, 29, and 30. Now, since I'm gonna switch back to the brown yarn, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off and then do the same thing as what I did before with this purple, and then I'm going to work until I have about 3 inches of stripes, and then I'm going to show you what I will do next. So I did about 9 rounds, and I buried the tail as I go to keep it neat, both edges. And then after that I'm gonna chain 1 and start my next row, and then I guess I'm gonna work 4 more rows of this brown yarn, 1 single crochet in every stitch, making sure that each row has 30 single crochets. I did about 6 rounds of 1 single crochet in every stitch in brown, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change back to the color because in the next round I'm going to work a ribbon stitch. I'm gonna show you step by step on how to add that. So we're gonna just make 1, and after working a few more 1 single crochets in every stitch, once I get to the middle here around this area, I'm gonna teach you how to do the ribbon stitch. We're working one single crochet on the 15th stitch of this row. I'm gonna start working the ribbon stitch, and we're gonna start by chaining 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Starting from the third chain from hook, we're gonna work one single crochet, and then in the next remaining chains we work one single crochet in each. So we have about 4 single crochets. Now we're going to repeat that. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and starting from the third chain from hook, work a single crochet, 1, and then single crochet in each of the remaining chains. So we have 3 chains left, and we're going to work 1 on each. 2 and 3. So this would be part of the ribbon, and we're gonna need the bow, and to start making the bow we're going to chain 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After chaining 21, starting from the second chain from hook, work a single crochet. In the next 2 chains, work 1 half double crochet into each. So we have 1 and 2. Now 1 double crochet in each of the next 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So into each of the next 2, we're going to work half double crochet. So we have 1 and 2. Now in the next 2, we're going to do 2 or 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So we have this part of the bow, and now we're going to repeat that by mirroring what we did in here. So in the next 2, we're gonna work half double crochets, 1 on each in the next 2, and then into the next 4, we're gonna work 1 double crochet into each. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now in here we did 2 half double crochets, so that's what we're gonna do next. 1 half double crochet in each of the next 2. So now we have 1 chain remaining, and in the last one we're just going to do 1 single crochet, just like what we did in the very first stitch. So we now made the bow, and if you fold it like this, and then we are folding it, and then we are going to work a slip stitch on top of the very first single crochet to form a ring. Okay, So in this manner, we have created a bow. Make sure it's not twisted. So this one is twisted, so I'm going to frog it and make sure it's folded like this, and then slip stitch on top of the very first single crochet like this. So this is what it's gonna look like. And if you're going to fold it this way, and then so when you fold it like this, it's gonna look like that. And to secure the ribbon, we're gonna go back, but first we're going to leave it aside and go back to crocheting one single crochet in every stitch. So I'm gonna insert my hook again, and don't worry if it doesn't look like a ribbon yet, because we're going to secure that ribbon once we get to the next row. We're going to skip 2 single crochets in here, so we're gonna skip this 2 single crochets, and then on the third one, that's when we're going to work a single crochet. So 1 single crochet in every stitch. So in the next row, my last single crochet in there, and as you can see, there's a hole into this one, and in here we're gonna work 2 single crochets around this ring here and underneath this 2 here. So we're going to insert the hook into this hole, covering this bow around, and then we're going to work a single crochet, yarn over there, and then make sure to catch this 2 piece here to form the ribbon. So we have now 1, and then we're gonna work 1 more around this ribbon, and then we're going to work 1 more single crochet. So this is what it's looking like now, and then we continue working 1 single crochet into the next available single crochet, into every stitch, work 1 single crochet. Now the reason why we did 2 here, so that it will even out the number of rows, because take note, in the previous row we skipped 2 single crochets, and now once you work 2 single crochets around the ribbon, so the number of single crochets will be back to 3. And when you check the front, obviously this will be now the front of the ribbon. So this is what it's looking like now, and I'm just gonna continue working the rows until I get to the height I want for this purse. Now and since I'm gonna just work 2 rows of purple, I'm gonna change back to color brown, and then chain 1 first. You can tie both the tails first before you bury them. So what I usually do is just bury this 2 tails here, and then I would bury them as I go. This is totally optional. There are many ways on how to hide the tails. This is just one of them. But if you find this neat, then you can follow this kind of way. So I'm gonna work 7 more rounds of 1 single crochet in every stitch. I'm gonna work 7 more rows of brown yarn, and then I'm gonna show you how it's looking like. Now when you get to the ribbon, do not forget to work a single crochet into one of those 2 single crochets. That way you will surely have 30 single crochets in total for every row. We will need 2 or 1 more piece of this. So I did another one without the ribbon. This would be at the back, and this is where the opening will be, and I will add zipper. And now for the base, we will need to chain up, and we're gonna make a rectangular base for this. So I'm going to work 24 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I have 24 chains, I'm going to add 1 more for the turning chain, and then on every back chain I'm gonna work 1 single crochet. So all in all, I should have 4. I should have 24 single crochets in total for this row. So now I have 24 single crochets, and to start my second row, I'm going to chain 1, just like what I did in the other 2 pieces, and then in the same stitch where chain 1 is, I'm gonna work 1 single crochet and into each stitch, and I'm going to make sure that I also have 24 single crochets on this second row. Now I'm gonna repeat this until I have 6 rows in total. This is what it looks like after I finished all 6 rows. I'm gonna chain 1 to finish, but I'm gonna leave a long tail because I'm gonna sew this one around the 2 pieces. And before we do that, the next thing to do is add the zipper. Alright, so the next thing is we're gonna add the zipper, and if you don't want to sew, you can just stick these 2 pieces on both edges of the zipper with a fabric glue. I'm gonna stick this on here and on the other side, and then after that we're going to sew the pieces together to form the purse. So after the glue has dried out, I just waited for a couple of minutes to dry it out so that it will not come out. And then after that, I'm gonna put this piece on top of the other one, and I'm gonna start to sew this side and also this side. And to do that, I'm just gonna start sewing on both loops there. Make sure it's on both loops of both edges. And then next one, I'm gonna do that until I get to the other side. So make sure they're on both loops. Alright, also when you're sewing, make sure that the stripes are aligned. So, because if they're not, they're gonna be lopsided. So you have to make sure that you're catching both loops of both rows. So this one has the same row, so we're gonna go through those two loops, and then these two here, and then these two, and then these two here, and then catch the two loops here, because later on we're going to make sure that this side will get sewed. So after that, after this one, we're gonna do the same on the other side. So this is what it looks like when you sew them together, and do the same on the other side. Now if you want to attach the bottom, you can do it, but make sure that the other three loops, the other three stitches in here will be sewed together with the 3 rows of 1 single crochet in every stitch. So meaning on this side, you're gonna sew them like this. So 3 single crochets on this side and 3 on this side, and this will make the bottom of your bag. And to do that, since we're at the middle right now, and because I want to sew this as I go, what I'm gonna do is make sure that I'll catch the first 3 stitches of this side, and then sewed the first 3 there. So I'm gonna go around this first one. So I'll be stitching half of this rectangular base. So 1, 2, 3, and this is the first loop. So I'm going to sew that, and then the second one into the second one of the rectangular base. And then lastly, the third into the third one. I know it's very difficult to see, but just make sure, because you have 6 rows here, 3 of that goes into this side and 3 into the other side. And then after working on the third stitch, so we're going to stitch up the next available stitch into the next one. So after the third, we're counting 1, 2, 3, and into the fourth we work the other one here. So because this one is still part of the third one, so we're going to just simply join them like that. And then starting from the next stitch, we're going to work or to sew them together, just like that. Then we will continue doing that until we can close off the other one. So it's a bit short because the last 3 stitches here will be sewed on the last 3 stitches on this side. So there should be 3 stitches left in here after joining this side. Alright, so after sewing, I have 3 stitches left in this side, which is normal because on the third row of this one, on the first 3 single crochets of this row, we're going to sew them together. Okay, so for now we're gonna leave it that way, and then next is we're going to sew this one up. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to close this off first. I'm going to close this off, and then fasten off. Now I'm gonna start sewing from here until I get back here, and then I'm gonna continue sewing this bottom part here so that it will have a rectangular bottom. So when I got back, I sewed in the 2 single crochets, and then the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna sew this thing up, and I'm going to start joining the first 3 of this side, and it doesn't matter if for as long as you're going to sew those last 3 single crochets of this side, because this is done in 6 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this loops here, we're going to sew and then until we get here. Now it's closed. Now we can go back and sew in the 3 first single crochets in here until we get to the other side. So this is the first one. I'm gonna do that, but first I'm gonna weave in first. And then I can start now. I'm going to continue working. This is what it looks like after I weaved in all the ends. This is the bottom. And because I have used the same color for this one, so it's unnoticeable, which is good. So we're gonna flip it first and make sure to secure the edges of the zipper, which I haven't done yet, but I'm gonna do it later after showing you this. So this is what it looks like now. So as you can see, this is what it looks like, and this is the bottom of the purse, which is rectangular, and there's a ribbon right there. This is the front and this is the back. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna secure the zipper ends so that this will not accidentally come out. So this is what it looks like now. Once you open the zipper, I've already sewed the zipper ends so that it's neat, and as you can see, the bottom there is unnoticeable how I sewed it, and also the strap is the same as what I did in my previous video. You can check my past videos on how I do my wrist strap. Now for the ribbon stitch, I got the idea from AllOver Yarn's channel, and I will add the link of the video in the description box. This purse is great as gift bags or as a makeup bag, and also it's very easy to make. It's worked up in just one single crochet or one stitch at a time. For the ribbon, you will just need to work a couple of double crochets and half double crochets, and then you will be creating a wonderful cute ribbon on this side. You can maybe add 2 more if you want, but in my case I just need 1. And hopefully you like this video. If you like it, please do not forget to comment and subscribe.